Hey everyone, hello, welcome to episode 19 of Deadbeat Son. How you doing? Thanks for being here. I'm your host, Trey Lamb, with a freshly washed head of hair. Okay, so it's gonna be real flowy. It's gonna get in my face. It's not. I like to have like a little bit of, a little bit of natural grease, oil, if you will, in the hair, right? And anyway, so it doesn't look how I want it to look right now. Um, it's usually day 2 or 3 after washing it that it starts to really look that, kind of dirtbag vibe, which I've been rocking lately. So I debated wearing a hat, but I thought, no, I want to show people what it's really like. What's the process? I used to have people hit me up on Instagram. I used to get asked a lot about like my hair care routine, and I told them, I said, hey, I shower once a week. I mean, I wash it once a week. I shower more frequently than that, but I only wash it once a week. Anyway, today is November 22nd, and I have had just an absolute whirlwind of last couple weeks, right? So in the last episode, if you remember, I talked about going to Elko, Nevada, where I met a lovely young woman whose deceased husband follows me on Instagram. So, since then I've done some stuff. Some stuff's happened. Okay, since then. First of all, this thing. I don't know how helpful this thing is on the mic. Could be not very. I don't know, but we'll see. We're trying things out. More importantly, in other news, I did it, folks. I did it. I did a show on November 18th in front of 2,000 people. 1,992, not including faculty and custodial services, but there were roughly 2,000 people at the University of Utah. This was like an absolute, dream. Like, it was such a great moment. So shout out to, obviously, Trevor Wallace for, asking me to open for him, trusting me with the spot. Like, that's really cool. I did a half hour. I did 30 freaking minutes of stand-up comedy in front of 2,000 freaking people, man. And it went great. It went great. They loved your boy. I hit them with some zingers, some twists, some turns, and I was stressing pretty hard about it. Just remembering my jokes, remembering the order of the jokes. I just like certain ones. I'm like, I knew that the jokes were good that I was performing. Like, I wasn't trying anything out, that's for sure. There was a couple lines that I threw in there that I didn't plan on, and actually even a joke that I added that I didn't plan on, but it was everything went so well, and we had a lot of fun. So thank you to Trevor. I got to meet Chad Churdleeds on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. He's a big deal. This guy's a big deal, and just the coolest, man. These guys, like, they all like. There's another guy, Ryan Leader, of course, who was there, and he's a guy that I've gotten to know pretty well in the last couple of years, and just absolute, like, stand-up guy, great fucking guys, and really, really funny. And they all came up together. That's what's cool about them, is like they all started out together and like just and now they've come a very long way. And so I was happy to be a part of that, very much so. It was definitely like a peak moment in my life. Like I peaked there, and I'm still buzzing from it. Like just the feeling of walking out to that many people, it's so surreal. And then to just start talking, like, what, dude? I just, So there's been a couple episodes that got like a few thousand. I think one episode got like a few thousand views of the podcast, and that was because of the clip that got 500,000 views from it. It drew a lot of traffic. So, but this is obviously way different because I don't really know what I'm gonna be saying when I do this, and I knew what I was gonna be saying on that show. It was great, man. It was the highest. It was one of the highest of highs that I've hied, and not even. I mean, actually, quite literally, 24 hours later, I was at another show, a bar show, performing for 8 people, spread out on one side of the room, and then like 20 people on the other side of the room who were actively ignoring the show and the comedians, and then just trying to have like a dinner or something. It was atrocious, and I came away from it thinking, man, ain't that just that's life, baby. That's comedy. Like, don't ever don't rely on it to make you feel good, about yourself, because as good as it makes you feel, it'll make you feel just as bad, like pretty soon after that, And I mean, I had fun with the show. It was cool, and with the bar show, it was cool and everything, but it was bad. I was mainly performing for the door guys, and the best part, honestly, was that they gave us, after the show, they gave us a $50 gift card for the bar, so we just kind of hung out and got drunk and just watched as the bar we were performing at, the show was at like 7, like 3 hours later, that place was packed to the gills of like, young people going out, fucking 21 to whatever, people in their 20s, just going out to get hammered, and partying. And this place was just immediately full of hoes, man. It was great. Men and women. I don't mean that derogatory towards women. Men and women, like, we're all hoes. And I talked to a few of them, and I heard one of them actually told me, asked me what I was doing there. I said, I did a comedy show here earlier, if you can believe that. She goes, oh yeah, I heard about it, and I made sure to not be here for that. I made sure to come after that, and so did most people. I go, that's cool. They knew about it. Maybe they even knew that I was on it, and they actively avoided it. So hey, what can you do? It's fun watching the younger people, and I mean like 21, 22-year-olds. It's fun watching them, behave. Because I was just sitting there with my buddy who's a little older. It's fun to watch, like, the younger generation. I mean, like 4 or 5 years younger than me. Watch them out and about, right? Watch them behave. Watch the tact, like how are guys trying to pick up chicks? How are chicks trying to entice, the fellas? And one thing that's still happening that I'm seeing today, that I've seen before, is these women who will, their friends but they'll kiss each other, right? They'll make out even sometimes, share a little smooch, and the goal is to get the attention from a guy, right? Queer baiting. That's what it is, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But for a different outcome. So like I know I'm like Billie Eilish got not in trouble. That's not a thing. But like there was a like a thread or whatever about her queer baiting, pretending she's gay for that that makes sense. That I could see, because she's trying to get money. She's trying to like break into another market or be popular in this other market where and what, you know, whatever. And she's kind of got this ambiguous style, and so that, I get it, it's wrong to do it for financial purposes, but I can at least see why someone would try to do that, right? For financial purposes. But the women that I see doing it are to get the attention from freaking Chase or Jace or a Bryce and Brightman, you know, like the skiers. They're trying to get sexual attention from skiers, and that doesn't make sense to me. I once went on a date, and I had a date planned with this woman, and this was years ago, and she was gonna come to a show or whatever, and she brought a friend, and she said, "Oh, my friend's gonna go out. She's got a date later, so she's gonna leave. It'll just be us two." I go, "Okay, cool." Then she tells me, "Oh, hey, so my friend's date bailed, so we can either all hang out or we can reschedule." And I go, "Let's hang out." Right? And so we're all three hanging out, shucking and jiving, and you know, the one that I was initially there on a, you know, supposed to go on a date with, you know, she was being what's the word? Flirty. She's very flirty, you know, like maybe, you know, throwing a foot on my shin gently, you know, under the table, kind of touching my shin with her foot, and then the friend kind of is doing that a little bit too here and there, and I'm like, what the hell is going on, right? And then they start kind of throwing out little hints, little flirty, like mentioning the word three-way. That came up a couple times, and then they would like giggle and like sip on their presses, you know, or whatever they were drinking. And I guess presses weren't even around back then. It was probably White Claws. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like in the bathroom. I was like, texting I was like, oh shit, dude, I'm gonna do the three-way. I'm gonna fuck two chicks. Like, you know, 'cause, okay. And then we're all hanging out, and then like they would, you know, whatever, kind of take turns being a little more flirty, and then we all go back to we're out back at one of their places, and we're all hanging out in the room, and then they go, all right, full disclosure. Oh no, they go, all right, we got to be honest with you, which is frightening to hear. That's scary no matter what, right? Like, I felt like I had fallen victim. I felt like I had been bamboozled in a trap of some sort, and they were going to like, I was expecting them to go like, okay, here's the deal. We got to be honest with you. You are going to pass out in about 5-10 minutes, and we're going to harvest your kidney. Something like that I thought was coming up, right? And she goes, hey, they go, just so you know, we don't hook up like that. We don't don't do three ways. We which is fun. And then which puts me in a position, right? Because I'm like, I gotta what? Psh, that's fine. What? Yeah, I know that. I knew that. Obviously, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't think that was gonna happen. And because as in that position, what am I supposed to do? I wasn't upset, but like, what if I was? I can't just like start getting angry. Be like, what? I thought it was good. And but man, they really played that all the way to the bank. You know what I'm saying? Not that I paid them, but like, women, man, guys don't do shit like that. Queer baiting doesn't work for us like that. I can't just go to the bar with my homie and just start making out with them in the middle of the bar and then start getting attention from women. It doesn't happen like that. Like, guys will see that and they go, oh, they'll see women making out and they go, oh, here we go, right? Here's an invitation, or that's an icebreaker, right? You kissing the lady. But a guy kissing a guy is a deal breaker, right? For women, for straight, it gotta be. And it just goes to show the really what a can-do attitude is, how important it is. A guy will see women making out and go, well, she's doing some gay stuff, but I can still change her mind or something. And then women see two guys making out and go, oh, well, he's gay. I remember being younger and my friends or girls that I was into, we'd all be at a party, me, my buddy, and a couple girls, like our friend group, and they kept trying to get my buddy and I to kiss. They're like, we'll kiss each other if you guys kiss each other. And then they would kiss each other, these two girls, and then they go, okay, your turn. And I'm looking at I'm like, what? Why? I didn't do that. I didn't do it. I didn't kiss my buddies to get attention from women. You know how you get attention from women? You kiss other women. That's how you get attention from women. You gotta kiss other women, because then they go, what? Why is he? So I never did that. I never, I wasn't trying to kiss my homie, and that's not because I was that's not because of like homophobia or anything. I was afraid that, I guess it was homophobic because I was afraid I was gonna fall in love with him. I don't kiss people who I'm not ready to fall in love with. That's not true. But you just, why do they try to do that, man? It's been a week, man. Been a week of highs and lows. Elko, Nevada was kind of a low. University of Utah, 2,000 people, definitely a high. 24 hours later, a bar show for 8 people, back to low. Trevor told me too when this is a great piece of advice, not just for the moment, but for life. He told me before I went up, he said, hey man, take a second when you're up there to just kind of take it all in and appreciate, and just like, just look around and just kind of appreciate where you're at. And, when you get so, it's the forest, seeing the forest through the trees sort of deal. Like when you're in it, you don't really take the time. You can't really tell, or it's not as noticeable, the progress that you've made. And what you've been accomplishing, because it's that hard work and that never stopping that got you there. So that's just the mindset, right? Like I interrupted a conversation a couple weeks ago. These two comics, one younger guy, one a little older, and they were talking about taking breaks. And the older guy was saying, older, he's like 30, in his early 30s, but he was saying, oh man, you gotta take a break. You gotta take a break for your mental health. Just kind of connect, collect yourself, and focus on your other aspects of life instead of just comedy. And he's telling this to this guy who's like 21 or 22, who's just kind of starting out in comedy. And I came in, I heard that, and I go, fuck that, dude. Like, bro, I told him, don't take 0 breaks. I might be wrong. Comment below if I'm wrong, and if I'm, mentally unwell because of this, but or I don't talk to my family enough because of this. Comment below if you think that. But man, I told him, no, don't take breaks. Don't take a break for 5 years. Don't take any breaks for 5 years, okay? If like you're really about it, man, you gotta make it your life. I don't even know how much I've missed out on from choosing stand-up, choosing comedy over it. Trips, I mean, going to just, I don't know, traveling, save money, where would I be living, like all that crazy stuff that I just totally neglect because I've just been so focused, so driven, so like gung-ho about this thing. And how could you not be? Like I feel very lucky to have something that I care so much about that I will forego other probably very important aspects of life and my life, like seeing the family, like a relationship. I got friends who are like trying to start families and like do that shit. And I'm like, oh God, do I need to start thinking about, I'm 26. Do I need to like work on having a family? Like, oh my God, all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot, it's a lot that, whatever, but I'm glad that Trevor said that, told me to take the time, because I did. When I first walked out there, I just took a second to just look out at the sea of blackness. But it was cool. I was very proud. I am very proud of myself. And it's a cool feeling, when you grew up without the the certain influences or role models. It's good to, I mean, in a way, it's like you got to just be your own, right? You just got to be your own role model and be the person that you want to see, right? Like, you gotta be the guy or be that gal, non-gendered. You could just like be that person that you want to be, and it sounds like I know I'm simplifying it, a pretty complex thing, but be the person that you would want to present to the world, It takes time, and it's not easy, and there's a lot of doubt. A lot of it is doubting, am I doing the right thing? Is this a waste of time? Am I even good at this? Like, all that, dude. It doesn't stop. But you get those moments. You get those moments where you get reassured and you go, okay, I think I can do this, or I'm doing this. Anyway, the world population just crossed 8 billion. 8 billies, boy. That's a lot of people. Is it just gonna keep going? Where are we putting all these people? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Why? How? Why are we still making more of them? Like, I'm not saying we should get rid of people. I'm just saying ease up a little bit, right? I mean, Utah's got to be pretty guilty for a lot of it. These kids got people having families, big families, lots of wives. Each wife's got a kid. That's a lot of kids. Or, man, these people are just like getting married way too young, having kids way too young, and then splitting up. Shocker. And now they just got, I don't know, man, locked in, and it's like they're having kids not because they want to, just because it's part of the culture. And I don't know, hey, man, do you? But we're at 8 billion now. So, hurry up with the order. Hurry up with your order at the drive-thru is all I'm saying. Don't make it my problem that you have a big order at the drive-thru. So, and one man who is quite responsible for a number of these kids, these births, is also our deadbeat of the week, and that's gonna be Nick Cannon. This guy cannot stop making kids. Him and Elon Musk, man, are really populating this planet right now. And he's not a deadbeat because he's having a lot of kids. I'm sure he's supporting them financially. But I hope, at least, because he's got a lot of money. But he gets the deadbeat of the week because, I don't know if you remember this, he did a stand-up comedy special. You probably didn't see it. Where at the end of it, he did this whole bit. It was not long after him and Mariah Carey split up, and he did this whole bit about how she's how much she's gonna miss him, and how much he contributes to a relationship, and how good he is in aspects of his life, being a father, in bed, other things like that. And he ends his special, the last line, talking about Mariah and how she's going to be missing him or whatever, something about, them being split up now. He goes, "'Cause I got that dick, though." And he drops the mic. That's how he ended it. I think he had his shirt off, which, hey, no judgment there, but like Bert Kreischer does this whole act with his shirt off. But this guy, he took his shirt off, I think, towards the end. Said, "But I got that dick, though." Drops the mic, and that's the end of the special. Crowd goes nuts, I guess. And that's gonna earn you deadbeat. That's gonna earn you a deadbeat status. You can't talk about banging your kid's mom on a comedy special, that dozens of people might see. So that's gonna earn you a deadbeat spot. So look at us diversifying our wall. That's what you like to see. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving. That's this week coming up, and I guess I'll be talking more about that and Black Friday on the next episode. Coming up, my November is pretty, not a whole lot going on. December, I got a couple shows, probably more, it's going to be local stuff. And then January, I'm out on the road again. I'll be in Boise. I'll be in Austin, Texas at the Creek in the Cave. I'll be in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette. So that's going to be cool. Stay tuned for those. Check out my Instagram for the dates and the info, or my website for the dates and the info, where to get tickets, all that good stuff. Email the podcast, deadbeatsonpodcast@gmail.com. You can send something in if you want. If you got some artwork, you got a craft, hit me up at P.O. Box 591, Clearfield, Utah, 84015. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.